Alright guys, today was a good day for gaming in general with the Xbox Game Showcase conference that happened just a few hours ago. It did reveal some games that were pretty bad and not so exciting, but it also had some really surprising announcements. Of course, Halo Infinite was there and I made a separate video on it. This video is about the newly announced games. Let's get started. First off, we have one of the best announcements ever, Stalker II, the sequel to GSC Game World's cult classic survival horror franchise. Not only did the game get a stunning cinematic trailer filled with several dark, eerie landscapes and foreboding scenery, but the title will allegedly make its way to Xbox Series X and Game Pass when it debuts at an as of yet unspecified date, also coming to PC of course. The trailer itself takes viewers through a number of creepy environments within the Zone, which is the main setting of the Stalker series, which falls in an alternate history version of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. The footage highlights a number of haunting military bases, desolate ghost towns, dark bunkers, and best of all, horror-infested laboratories cultivating some twisted mutant monsters. It's all looking extremely exciting for fans of the series, who will seemingly be getting a much more advanced look into the iconic franchise world on both PC and Xbox Series X. I never believed it would come to a next-gen console. For those who didn't know, Stalker, and most importantly Stalker II, is a unique blend of FPS, immersive sim, and horror with a really thick atmosphere. One of the biggest open worlds to date is yours to explore, along with an epic branching story with multiple endings. The Zone in Stalker II is one of the biggest seamless open world to date, as said. The game will feature an epic non-linear story. Your choices will influence both short-term consequences and global outcomes. Within this fenced-off area, mercenaries and guides known as stalkers look for paranormal treasure and artifacts for financial gain, with many seeking to find the legendary secrets that lie at the Zone's center. Really excited for this. Next up, we have Warhammer 40k Darktide, one of my most exciting announcements of the day. Fat Shark revealed its third game in the Warhammer universe. Like both Vermintides before it, Warhammer Darktide is also a 4-player co-op FPS, and it is coming to both PC and Xbox Series X. In the depths of the Hide, the seeds of corruption threaten an overwhelming tide of darkness. A heretical cult known as the Admonition seeks to seize control of the planet Atoma Prime and lay waste to its inhabitants. It is up to you and your allies in the Inquisition to root out the enemy before the city succumbs to chaos. In Darktide, players will journey to the depths of a hive city, a self-contained, densely populated arcology that should contain millions of humans. In the trailer though, our heroes instead meet the forces of a chaos cult. Players will not be able to hide behind lethal range weapons, explained Fat Shark's press release. They'll need to combine both FPS and melee skills as they get up close and personal, in visceral clashes between Imperium and Chaos factions. Hopefully we'll learn more in the coming months ahead of Darktide's 2021 release. It has become one of my most anticipated games right now. Next up is Halo Neighbor 2. Halo Neighbor 2 is a stealth horror game where you're being stalked by a mysterious creature as you try to track down Mr. Peterson, the neighbor, who has disappeared after the events of the first game. Play against an advanced, self-learning AI that tracks and adapts to your every move. Set immediately after the events of the first game in the horror franchise, you'll play as Quentin, a reporter looking into disappearances in the Ravenbrooks area, before coming across an abandoned house occupied by a raven-like monster. The game expands the original single house setting to a full open world, and allowing you to scavenge for materials across the whole of Ravenbrooks. I've played the first game a few times and enjoyed it a lot with friends, so I'm excited to try this one out too when it releases in 2021 on Xbox Series X and PC. Next up is Fable. After months of rumors, leaks, and denials by Microsoft, the July 23rd Xbox Game Showcase finally confirmed what most fans were hoping to see, the return of Microsoft's RPG franchise. Closing the Xbox Game Showcase event, a new trailer for the simply named Fable finally confirmed what fans were hoping to see leading up to the show. The reveal trailer, while fully CGI, showed off a beautiful and lush land, with the narrator confirming stories of heroes, villains, creatures, and the combination of nature and magic. While the trailer didn't reveal much about the upcoming game itself, or any specific gameplay or features that the game would have, it did confirm that Forza Horizon developer Playground Games has stepped in as the lead development studio on the latest Fable, taking over for Lionhead Studio. Playground Games, although they've only produced racing titles to this point, are more than likely up to the task of taking on this beloved Xbox franchise. The studio is made up of numerous former developers of Lionhead Studios, as well as the nearby Rockstar UK branch. I'm extremely excited for this and cannot wait for the gameplay. Next up is Crossfire X campaign mode. Remedy, fresh off of winning 2019 Game of the Year with a lot of websites with Control, has finally shown off its other project, a single-player campaign for Crossfire X, the upcoming Xbox exclusive first-person shooter that updates the 2007 game that's been long popular in the East. The campaign is divided up into operations, which can take place on either side of the fight, which is another Call of Duty style element. Within each operation are 3 episodes, which sounds like the actual missions themselves. Operation Spectre, the campaign, is set in larger-than-life locations around the world, including Asia and South America, and introduces players to several key characters while exploring the backstory of the Blacklist Global Risk conflict. It definitely looks like a Call of Duty campaign, and I'm kind of impressed. I would need to see more though, let me know. Finally, we have State of Decay 3. Undead Labs is now confirmed to be working on another sequel in its popular open-world zombie survival game. State of Decay 3 was announced with a short cinematic trailer, no gameplay was shown. The cinematic focused a single character who seemed lost, or perhaps just surviving, in the midst of the snowy wilderness. At the start of the trailer, she's shown scaring off a hungry wolf. At the end of the trailer, a zombie deer is shown eating that same wolf. While no gameplay was shown, the idea behind the trailer is made clear. Prey becomes predator in State of Decay 3, and the survival elements are truly coming back, those from the first game especially. Alright guys, that is all for today's video. If you want to see more upcoming games like these on the channel, make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks to Pedro Oliveira and Jigglyboy for being a master member on the channel. You can become a survivor member for 99 cents only. It'll support me and the channel as a whole. Thanks for watching.